Hi, this is Osman. I'm an energy healer, yoga meditation teacher, and an entrepreneur. Um, Please visit my website, yogawellness786.com, for more resources and contact information for free resources, as well as uh, contact contacting me, which is at this stage still free of charge for discussions by appointment. And I can help guide you into these ancient sciences of energy healing and yoga practices. Today I want to talk on chakra unblocking, and I'm practicing yoga and meditation and very deeply studying these practices and energy healing, I would say, for close on to over 4 decades, close on to 5 decades, right? For about 47 years of yoga practice, right? So I use the word yoga because it embraces everything. It even embraces the energy practice. And so I want to come to chakra unblocking, right? So I promise you, I heard this term chakra unblocking only in the last decade. I never knew such a terminology existed, right? And of course, I know what's chakra. I studied this. We know all the chakras. We know the major chakras, right? So what people normally know is the seven major chakras, but there's not seven chakras. There's 114 chakras in your body, right? And these are the 114 that is relevant for development, but it's not limited to 114. There's another 99 that I know of beyond the 114 as well, right? So 213 that I know of, right? That is not mentioned in the yogic sciences or the books, right? Or the traditional books that is available to people. So of course the books that speak on the subject matters, this is not the source of the science, of the knowledge of the science. The source of the knowledge of this science comes from a higher dimension, right? And the books have come to create a framework from a certain school of thought. They decided to keep that framework and put it down to writing, so that in this day and age, when knowledge is going to become very weak, the cognitive capacity of the human level is going to be very weak. So they've decided to create a framework around which, for people, when they become, because they envisage or they foresaw that the knowledge may become lost. So to be able to get the clues to be able to regain that knowledge. So it's just clues, no matter how many books they are just clues as to the knowledge and how to access that knowledge. When you develop yourself through yoga practices, you will then be exposed to the higher dimensions and be able to get the complete access to that knowledge, right? So coming back to chakra unblocking, right? I don't want to go too deep into all these other diverse subjects right now. So chakra unblocking is being practiced for financial, and it becomes something of a social reward, that socially and emotionally it's something new. It's like some new experience, right? So it's like having a new drug, trying try anything, try everything once, so to speak. That philosophy is under which chakra unblocking current day practices is falling under. And they're trying to unblock your chakras, and they say these chakras are blocked. And of course it influences, and has a tremendous value. Those that can professionally do it, they're doing something that is also dangerous. Okay, so unblocking your seven chakras is insufficient. You need to unblock, the chakras throughout the body. This is the correct way to unblock it. And there are a lot of blockages from emotional baggage or emotional trauma or experiences, that creates a psychic, blockage that collects in these energy centers, which are not visible to the naked eye. So some people even go further, who's advanced in the yoga sciences, right? These are people who are making these statements that there is no such thing as a chakra or a wheel, right? Chakra means wheel or an energy center. It is a hypothesis, it is a theory, and you can't physically go, there isn't an energy center there, right? So, I mean, from my perspective, now I don't want to go arguing with all these people and, things like that. But from my experience, so I have to say, do I know it all? No, I don't know it all. Is it possible that they know more than me? Of course, it's possible they know more than me. But I do have a lot of experience and I studied the science and practicing it for a very long time. There are these energy centers, you can feel it energetically. You cannot see it with the naked eye, right? But it is there in a level or in a frequency that is not perceivable by the current day instruments. Okay, it's a better way to explain it. You have to have more advanced instruments to be able to identify something on a much higher frequency level, right? So these energy centers resonate in a higher frequency level, considered part of your subtle body or your subtle energy body or your ethereal body, right? So unblocking these chakras, one passes, energy, someone who's developed and himself must have balanced energy, and sends his energy into your unbalanced energetic body, and fills his energy into your body. So what's actually happening is you're becoming connected to that person who's sending the energy to you, for your life force energy and his life force energy is becoming intertwined, right? So theoretically you're going to be intertwined with his energy for 12 years, right? Even if after that session you're no longer going to meet that person, going to have nothing to do with that person, never meet that person, and you go away, for at least 12 years theoretically, from what I've learned theoretically in the sciences, you become intertwined. But there's also an alternative theory that I've also studied, that you become intertwined for all eternity, So you want to have this amazing new, like energy massage, or like some type of Mediterranean diet, you're trying and so forth. This is dangerous stuff what you're doing, right? You're going and you're experimenting with things. Does energy healing work, chakra? Yes, it works. I do it in a way that I feel is responsible. And I do understand theoretically that person going to be connected to me for 12 years, if not eternally, right? But I don't think there's something dangerous in me that is harmful for someone to be connected to me, because I'm someone who does regular practice. I follow regular disciplines and I follow ethical principles, in my personal life, and in terms of my morality as well, which may not be agreeable to everyone, but in a general sense, from all religions' point of view, because religions, seek to dictate morality, right? So I don't perceive any religion that I would be contravening their moral and ethical code. And we will consider the modern day scientific community as a religion, right? Because people follow it passionately, right? So yes, they don't say science is a god, right? But the way people treat science, that if it's not proven scientifically, if science says this, then I would follow it. Or my first consult with your doctor. And of course, I also dictate. Current day, we have to consult with your doctor before you make decisions on your health, right? Because you may have certain conditions that it may be dangerous for you to delve into, chakra unblocking and things like that, right? So you have to be wary of these things, temper it with, medical science. But also don't treat the medical field as your God as well, right? Because you need to get second opinion, third opinion, right? So in the medical science, they get when a doctor prescribes certain things which could be life changing. Maybe he diagnosed you with a terminal illness. So get a second and third opinion from people who's qualified in the field. So when we say people qualified in the field, also does not mean someone in the Western form of medical qualification is the only authority. How old is this science? How old? Right? And how old are some of the other sciences? Right? There is no medical science in the other cultures. Is there no medical science that goes back thousands of years? Huh? There is, of course. There are some very advanced sciences which are still in practice today. But are these people saying follow me and don't follow? No, they're not saying that, right? But you get some scientists say no, follow me, don't follow the others, right? No, you are an individual. You make your own decision, right? Take a balanced approach to life, right? And be careful when you're doing chakra and blocking. Be careful who you're going and doing this through, and this is awakening. As once we do chakra and blocking, we opening and awakening your life force energy, right? And getting you into a platform you may not be ready for as well. So this needs to be done responsibly under a responsible person who's qualified, and got decades of experience or know what he's doing, right? Not just say, okay, I learned to do chakra unblocking and I've got a certificate, master level certificate. I've got a certificate. I'm certified to be a healer. What is this, right? This science, you're mixing this science and confusing it with the Western science, right? Don't confuse it. It's a different science. You can't get a certificate. You can't go to university and get this type of qualification. You can learn under a master, and the master will give you guidelines and initiate you into the practice, according to his knowledge and his way of practice. But you are just opening up a field in you, and you need multiple teachers in that field to have a holistic approach to know which is your method to create your own unique pathway in the end, right? Now, how are you going to go and get a certification in this? That is, I don't understand. Yes, you can go. Of course, I've also got my certificates, my certifications, but I don't pay much attention to these, because it doesn't mean you have all the knowledge. It means I still feel I have zero knowledge. The amount of knowledge that needs to be known and the amount that I know and the knowledge that I do know relative to, most people is exponentially more in many aspects. Not in every aspect, but in many aspects, right? And also from so-called professionals, right? My level of knowledge, from my opinion, is far more, in that particular aspect, would say. But is it all? No, it's not all. We don't have all that knowledge. So be careful, when it comes to chakra and blocking, what you are doing, who you are going to, what you are aiming. Have a lengthy discussion what's going to be involved, right? So don't just go and have things done and know what you are doing and get the explanation from the person. And feel free to contact me and take care of yourself always, right? Right? Take care of yourself and stay good, be good, and experience your own life and live your life. Live your life the way you want to live it within safety protocols. Okay, don't do things that's harmful for you. Try things that are not dangerous for your life, right? Try them, but do things that are safe, right? Of course, take some risks. Without risk there's no adventure, but take calculated risks, okay? And stay safe. Take care. Please visit my website yogawellness786.com for further resources and contact information. You are free to contact me by appointment and have a free discussion with me about subjects that you want to discuss in these fields of yoga, meditation, and energy healing, as well as wellness and nutrition. And feel free to connect with me.